Hey y'all, welcome back to SJGames Live. Happy April Fool's Day, but we're actually going to be celebrating a different holiday today. Today we are looking at Easter, which is also coming up this weekend. And I wanted to do something fun. We're going to actually make a little bit of like kind of a gaming theme, an SJGames themed basket. Have all the supplies here in front of me. And a couple things I want to talk about as well. Yeah, we've got our shots of all our eggs and stuff. I will show y'all what we got going in here and give you some options, things that might fit in a basket. Mine's a little on the smaller side, so I'm leaning a little smaller. So if you get a bigger basket, you can fit even more stuff in it. But I want to talk about something real quick. One thing I'm going to be featuring in this isn't something that's readily available yet. It's the Easter dice. We've actually had these available before. These are the Easter D6. I'll show them up close whenever we load them into some eggs here. But these are going to be available in an upcoming Kickstarter campaign. So if you check out Hexagram 7, that is our upcoming campaign. It's coming up this month in April. I guess I could say this month because it is April now. That is our next zine. It's a zine for the fantasy trip. It's our 7th issue of that. And this will be an add-on for that campaign. These are special dice. They're really only going to be available through our Kickstarters or warehouse type stuff. So keep an eye out for these. They're special holidays themed dice that were perfect for this, so I wanted to use them. But yeah, let's get started. I have a nice purple basket. Got some grass here. I haven't had Easter grass in the Easter basket in so long. I am leaning towards if you have kids, if or if you're a kid at heart, I guess, and want an Easter basket, this is gonna kind of help you with that theming and whatnot. Dump in some of that. This is actually scented grass. It's supposed to smell like jelly beans, and I don't smell it. I'm gonna be honest. It smells a little like plastic. Got a couple packages of this. And the cool thing with an Easter basket, to me it's one of the more underrated like holidays. It feels a lot like having a stocking stuffer type thing, except in spring, which is something you don't get pretty much once Christmas is over. You don't get a cool like gifty type holiday where you can do fun little toys and fun stuff like that until, well, pretty much winter again. So this gives me a kind of a little spring break in the middle of it. So yeah, let's take a look at some stuff. So game wise, I did pick a few different things out. So we've got some of our more pastel-y colored stuff here. We got Super Kitty Bug Slap. I've got a Munchkin expansion, Munchkin Unicorns. Everything I show off on these games and stuff is available in your local game store or in Warehouse 23. If you order from Warehouse 23 today, probably won't get to you by Sunday, unfortunately, but check out your local game store. You should be able to find stuff like this, Munchkin expansions, Munchkin games, a lot of this other stuff that we got shown off in your game store as well. So I picked out Munchkin Unicorns, Super Kitty Bug Slap here. And let's pick one kind of game here to go with it. So I've got Munchkin Tales. Let's call this our Munchkin themed basket. So I've got Munchkin Tales there. And then we'll throw in Munchkin Princesses because that's cute. Now, one thing I do want to mention is some of the stuff is not going to be all game related. I do want to show off some things that I remember having in stockings. So, obviously got eggs here. So the most common thing is, you throw some candy in eggs, which is cool. I do have some jelly beans here. We got some jelly beans. We got some eggs, some bubblegum eggs. We've got the classic double crisp eggs. I've got and Peeps. I usually keep Peeps in the package though. They get a little sticky. But another thing you can throw in plastic eggs is dice. And that's what I wanted to show off. So we're going to throw in some of these Easter dice. So I want to show these off here. A little bit of a close-up. There we are. Dump these out. So they're like pastel colored. We've got Easter egg as the different monikers on them. And you could throw them in these. I probably wouldn't throw all 6 of them in one. But you can kind of fit some in there. We'll throw a couple eggs in there right now. Another one here. Bam. I got a little bit larger eggs as well for one particular reason. When I was a kid, I used to get a lot of Hot Wheels and like Matchbox cars, like toy cars. And one of my favorite things was when I got my Easter basket, I'd open up, we'd find random plastic cars and in our eggs. So I think these will fit. We'll see if it works. I noticed that a lot of the eggs were a little bit smaller this year, but I think this will work. Perfect. Yes. These were me and my brother's favorite eggs to get. I loved that. Another fun trick to get kids to like you for a low cost is putting money in eggs. You could put dollar bills in there. It was like I'd get like a single dollar, which if you have an allowance, maybe you get more than a dollar already. But for some reason, getting a dollar in an egg on Easter rules. One other pack here I definitely wanted to mention. It's something I feel like is kind of criminally underrated. These always are in our Warehouse 23 store. They're almost always in stock. They're blank Munchkin cards. And I feel like, so we get a ton of requests online. I'll show you guys what this pack looks like here. Oh, wrong direction, sorry. There we go. Eventually I'll find it. So these are blank packs. They come with a dungeon-sized card as well as a couple treasures and a couple doors. I'll actually crack one open here. We have quite a few of these, so shouldn't be an issue. If Philip is watching from the warehouse, I'm very sorry that I'm opening one of the packs if it's super hard to get now or something. Well, if I can't open it, I don't think I have the knife over here today. I wasn't expecting to unbox anything, so let's use the keys. You got the knife? Under the death I see. Well, I'll get it later. I can get this. There we go. I got it. So one thing we get online is a ton of requests for custom cards. Unfortunately, we get so many requests for that kind of stuff that we couldn't fulfill that even if we wanted to. Like, if we made our entire company about fulfilling custom card requests for Munchkin, we wouldn't have the time in the world to do it. So unfortunately, we can't do that. But the thing I always tell people is they should get these custom card packs. So you've got a couple of dungeons here. Oops, keep going the wrong direction. There we go. A couple dungeons. Actually, we've got 4 doors and 4 treasures. So you got a good selection of cards. They're fully playable in Munchkin games. They're the same card stock, the same card print, and the best part is generally you can get artists to do work on these things. So frequently we'll sell these at conventions too, and you go to an artist alley and people will do custom cards for you. You can also just do custom cards yourself. The reason I bring this up is because one other thing I used to get in eggs quite often were little coupons. My parents would do like coupons for different stuff that you couldn't really give someone. Like, you can give someone $1, you can give someone like a toy car and candy and stuff like that. But they might give you a coupon for like a free, something that they can give you, like maybe like a free vacation day or something like that, or like a free for us it was like a trip to the zoo, like something they were already planning on doing with us. Maybe they would give us a coupon for it to like cash it in, or going to the museum or something like that. This is another good way of doing that. Like, if you want an Easter themed card, or you want to make something that's themed around maybe your kids or your family, something that's maybe even themed around in-jokes that happen in your Munchkin games, because you might have a specific thing that happens. One person gets level 9 and they never win, or something like that. You could make a joke about that. That person has to lose a level when they hit level 9, something like that. Just do it yourself. This is a great way to do it. It's a really low-cost pack. I can't remember the exact MSRP, but it is on Warehouse 23 right now, and I think these, honestly, are one of the coolest things that we make. I always try to have a pack of these on me when I go to a convention. Hopefully, obviously, this past year hasn't been great for that, but with everyone getting vaccinated and whatnot, the end of this year should be a little bit more open, and into 2022, obviously, should be back to normal for the most part. Well, at least we're expecting it. That's what the hope is. And I guess I should mention, since this year things are still a little weird, I know our last 2 Easters have been odd. I still think having a basket, like, even if you're not going, out for events on Easter or something like that, doing a basket at home is a great little activity that you can do and have some fun with, your kids if you're having fun. And also, speaking of activities to do, we actually have some coloring book pages. So these are from our free Munchkin coloring book. Online, we have some sample pages from that. I've got one for Flower here. You got Brother's Keeper. We got Spike, classic. And these are all free on our website. These are sample pages. There is a coloring book. It is, I don't know if we still have it in stock, unfortunately, but yeah, it's a great for free. You can get these and add it to the basket. It's a free little activity. You can throw in a $1 box of crayons, and bingo bango, you've got a cool accessory, cool activity there. So let's fill up some more eggs here as well. couple things. This one's a fun. This one will be a fun addition to the eggs themselves. This is Le Boom. If you remember, we did an unboxing of Le Boom in the past. It is a 1-die game, and it itself has its own opening into a single die. So you can throw a die, an egg in an egg almost. Another small dice game that can fit in there. And we got a couple of those. We actually have a few different colors. There's black, there's red, and we have that kind of sparkly pink there. I'll throw those in some more eggs. Let's take an overhead look of how the basket's shaping up, Brandon. There we go. Oh, I have too many blue eggs. Let's go with the pink. There we go. Now, we did an unboxing recently, and we actually just did a playthrough of the Zodiac die. And this one's actually small enough where it could do two things. You could either put the Zodiac die in an egg itself, but since it comes with a little booklet, you can also just throw it in the basket. It's small enough where it'll actually fit pretty well. That's a neat little small item. If your kid's not a Munchkin fan, or if you aren't a Munchkin fan necessarily, or maybe you want something a little bit different, there are other games that could fit in this main spot. We've got Scarf and Barf, which was a newer release, where you're working at a theme, or you're attending a theme park and trying to eat as many fair foods without throwing up. Fun, light family game. Got Deadly Doodles, which, if you've been watching SJGames Live and you don't know what Deadly Doodles is at this point, you got some catching up to do, because we've played a lot of Deadly Doodles. It's one of my favorite games that we make. It's a quick, light, fun dungeon crawling draw game, or draw and draw game where you're drawing routes and going around and trying to get treasure. And all of them have that same form factor as Munchkin, so you could theoretically slide any of those in. If you're more into the classic games, Illuminati could fit there, as well as some of our stuff. We just recently did the death test the last few weeks. So you could throw in a copy of Melee, a copy of Wizard. Those are all in that same kind of, they're even a little bit smaller. You could maybe fit both. And we did an unboxing of a lot of we actually played through Ogre recently. This is the Ogre Pocket Box that we actually played. Pocket Box is amazing for these baskets. So any of these are optional. Plus, let's be honest, when I was a kid, I used to get kind of like, it was like the basket and then like the slightly surrounding area, so you'd have like, it would be like, this is going to date me really bad. So I'd have like my basket with some eggs and like random stuff in it, like candy and whatnot. And then next to it, I'd always have, this is actually probably more apt, I'd always have a VHS tape. Obviously this is about the same size, almost identical. So I'd always have like, we get like The Lion King or Hunchback of Notre Dame or some Disney movie, whatever the new Disney movie that was out. My mom would always get us some kind of movie like that. So it would always be kind of like to the left or right. So, use your space how you wish. It's not a hard and fast rule. Like the Peeps, no, you're not going to be able to fit everything in. So just put the Peeps over here. And, and you don't have to give them all the Peeps. They don't know how many come in a package. You just, take a couple out before the day starts. That's on them. They'll learn eventually. Another cool small thing that you could fit in there, we've got Cthulhu dice. Cthulhu dice is actually unique. I'm not going to open that one up, but all those components actually should fit in an egg as well. It's got 1 die and a bunch of glass beads, and I believe by volume it should all fit. Even with the rules, I think it would actually fit in one of these eggs. It'll be close, but I think it'll fit. I'm going to throw in some more dice. We've got some of the dice that we had last week during our game. We have the Meeple dice. If you checked out our last stream, you got a close-up of those, but here's another look at them. They've got meeples, the little dudes from board games, as the different faces. We're going to throw those in an egg. So that was the Illuminati dice tray. So we actually, I don't have that on us here, but it is available on Warehouse 23. We have 2 different dice trays. We have a Eye in the Pyramid dice tray, which is the one we were using. And we also have a Munchkin dice tray, which is the same construction. It's a piece of neoprene with buttons on the side, where you just clip the button so it kind of forms it into naturally forms it into a cup kind of shape to roll dice in. Is it not out yet? Oh, then my bad. Those are coming out soon. Then sorry about that. I thought those are available already. So It may be that. So keep an eye on our Hexagram 7. A lot of the cool stuff like our Easter dice and things like that are going to be available through the Hexagram 7 Kickstarter and our Kickstarters in general. Usually Backer Kit has those kind of items that we don't have at retail. So that's going to be coming out a little bit later. But that was the Eye in the Pyramid dice tray, and then we have a Munchkin dice tray as well, which features a unique Munchkin rule as well. So if you like, Munchkin stuff, as is normal for Munchkin, if it's an accessory, it probably has a rule associated with it. So you can pick that up as well. Keep an eye out for that Kickstarter coming up. That is Hexagram 7 is our next one. We also have one coming up this summer, which I've teased a little bit. We have some previews up for it. In a similar vein, you'll have like a lot of those add-on items. You'll be able to get through that and through the backer kit. That'll be for the next run of pocket boxes, which we'll probably have some more previews for very soon. So this is some more dice for that. Now the rest of this, I've kind of got some fun candy that's nostalgic for me when I was going around. There's a lot of stuff out there. Like if you have not kept up with the world of sweets and candy, like I have, it may be overwhelming, but I've got you covered here. If you want some of the standbys, so first off, you gotta have jelly beans. We got ourselves some Starburst jelly beans. You can get regular jelly beans. That's fine. I don't know. The regular jelly beans are not my favorite. The Starburst ones were mine. Like that was the ones I always got.
Question, Hunter.
What's up?
Black jelly beans, yes or no?
No. Licorice jelly beans? No, gross. Ugh. No. Black licorice in general? No. Not even close. Don't touch that stuff.
Don't eat too much.
No, don't eat. Well, it can kill you. Yeah, see, my regular candy is only going to kill me the normal way through diabetes. I don't want an additional way for candy to kill me. I don't need two different ways.
Live a little.
No, I will. It doesn't taste good. So we got some jelly beans. I don't know if you had parents that did this, but for some reason, my mom would always I'd get my basket, I'd be like, wow, this is awesome. There's jelly beans, but then there'd be like jelly beans scattered in the basket, and it was the weirdest thing. Cause I understood this, but like the ones that were in the basket, as a child, you did the basket, and then you would just take the stuff out and go Easter egg hunting. Like you'd go outside and look for the actual eggs. That's at least what we did. Me and my brother both had a basket. We'd get our stuff. We don't wake up in the morning. It was like a miniature, like Christmassy type thing to it. You'd go in there and be like, oh wow, there's a basket and there's all this candy and stuff. And then we'd immediately take stuff out, see what's in there, and then we'd go outside and hunt for eggs. The problem is you have all these loose jelly beans around, and it's kind of like morning dew on the ground, and everything's wet, and you're picking up wet eggs and putting wet eggs in a basket sometimes. It's like, and we did that. We actually dyed our eggs, so we actually had real eggs. So you've got dyed eggs that are wet in a basket, touching candy, and then I'm eating it was bad. It was just a bad move, I feel like. But in the eggs, it works for me. Now, one thing that you can scatter around, so these are Palmer's Double Crisp. The only time I ever see Palmer's candy is around Easter. It's literally the only time in the world. They're the ones that have the big bunnies, and they also have the eggs. But I'm more of the eggs guy. The bunnies, I feel like we never actually ate them. We'd have them, and we'd have one bite out of them, and it was like, oh, this chocolate's not very good. We would not finish them. But these eggs were always my favorite because these are they have the crispy texture to them, like the rice inside of them. And those I don't mind just scattering in there because they kind of give you a little bit of an eggy effect as well. And they're covered in foil and won't actually affect anything. And the other thing I got was some double bubble egg-shaped bubble gum. Alternatively, I don't know. So again, a thing that you only see around Easter I have no idea why, is candy that comes in cartons, like cardboard cartons. So you get these double bubble eggs. I know I'm a big fan of the Reese's Pieces eggs because they're literally just giant Reese's Pieces in candy shells. Whopper eggs. You'll find the Robin eggs. Is there someone in the comments has to let me know on this? I am pretty well versed on the history of candy and stuff like that. For some reason, I don't know why. But I don't know what the deal is with cartons. Nothing about a carton to me reads as well, it does now because I know that they're only sold around Easter, but is there any reason? It looks like a milk carton. Is there some significance to that around Easter? I don't understand. But I do like this. For some reason, the little carton containers are really nostalgic, so I need something. Give me some robin eggs, give me some double bubble, give me something in a carton, apparently. Apparently that's what I need. Oh no, I knocked over my videotape that I get for 1994 Easter. And then I got a couple of these. So there's Cadbury cream eggs. Everyone loves those. I don't love Cadbury cream eggs. I'm so sorry. But fortunately, for those of us that don't like Cadbury cream eggs, in the recent years they've come out with a lot of new versions of eggs with stuff inside of them. I've seen Oreo eggs, but these I just found today, and I'm extremely excited. And I promised Brandon and Jimmy that they could have a lot of this candy, but there's one piece of candy that one of them has to come with me. It's Reese's Pieces eggs. Jimmy's got dibs on one of them. I'll take dibs on the other one. They are literally chocolate eggs that you crack, and they have Reese's Pieces inside of them. It's glorious. I love this so much. So you gotta throw a couple of those in there. And yeah, so I got a couple more eggs back here, so I'm gonna throw in some more dice. We got the skull dice here. See if I can get those on screen. These we also used in our TFT session last couple of weeks. Really cool little dice with the numbers on them here. And you don't have to, obviously, you can use any assortments of dice, and obviously don't give dice to kids that might mistake them for candy. That's a little too young, but fun little Easter treat. It's a cool alternative to candy. So I like it and stuff. Like when I was a kid, like candy's cool, but you get candy on other holidays a lot of the time too. So like your stocking usually has a good amount of candy in it. Like obviously Halloween is dedicated to candy, so getting fun little interesting toy type stuff around Easter is a fun thing. Like toy cars, like I said, like $1 here or there, little coupons or custom cards that you've made just for your kids. I love little handmade stuff, coloring sheet pages, custom cards, things like that would be a really fun little treat. Just something that's special between your family, or your friends. Do something for like this friends. Don't tell my fiance, but I'm actually going to get a basket, and we don't do Easter stuff at home generally, but we've been like stuck inside for a year essentially, and I'm gonna hide a bunch of little eggs with coupons, like fun little like, oh, I'll do all the chores today for free and stuff like that, kind of like the coupon idea, just for adults, but more more on the mundane side. I'd say do chores and I'll clean the dishes and stuff like that. But yeah, this is I think this is a pretty good little basket we got here. I got more jelly beans, but I think we're pretty stacked right now on the front end. I think we got a good shot. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good on there. I like that. See if I can slide this back a little bit so you can kind of, oh, wrong direction. There we go. Never know which way to go on that one. And we'll throw the other games on the side. This is again, we're gonna use that side area. Let's get a front shot. I want to see one good. There we go. And like I said, we've got a lot of the stuff on Warehouse 23. Obviously, it's probably not gonna get there by Sunday, but please check your local game stores. We've got a lot of this stuff in game stores. A couple things are unique, and I wanted to show them off because, like the Easter dice, you won't find that in your local game store, unfortunately, unless they backed one of our Kickstarters. But there's a lot of great dice sets we have there. We've got those Meeple dice; those are in stores. Skull dice are there. Armyman dice, a really fun dice set that I personally have for a lot of my war games and things like that. They have the classic little green Armyman on them. I really love that dice set. Laboom is in stores. All this other stuff you should be able to get, pretty readily available. Did want to mention our next week's unboxing as well. We do finally have a release. March is a little bit dry for us. The way scheduling worked out and a lot of the delays in shipping. Some of the stuff that would have come out in March got pushed to April. But April's looking pretty stacked, and we're starting off really strong. We're going to be unboxing Munchkin Critical Role. We just got our copy in. I have not had a chance to even take a look at it. I'm going to try to not spoil myself. I want to be excited along with you guys. I know we've gotten a lot of people in the comments looking for information on it. When's it coming out? It is coming out very soon. I believe it should be out next week. We'll double check with that. But, yeah, so we're gonna have an unboxing to kind of celebrate it and show it off on camera. So if you're interested in Munchkin or Critical Role, you'll want to stay tuned for that. It's going to be a very big release for us. We're excited. That's coming from the Op. They've worked on a lot. If you've seen some of our previous ones, they did like Munchkin Adventure Time, they did Munchkin Marvel Edition, Munchkin X-Men, Munchkin Nightmare Before Christmas, tons of cool Munchkin sets before that, Munchkin Harry Potter, all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that next week. I hope this has been a fun. It's a little bit of a shorter stream for us, but I wanted to show off just a fun little activity you can do. You can even make a basket with your kids or with your significant other. just have some fun with it. Just a fun little light thing you can do for this weekend because it's been a tough year. It's been tough.
Also next weekend.
Yes. Oh yeah, sorry. Thank you, Jimmy. Did want to mention FNORDCon. You'll see a lot of it on social media if you're following us on Facebook or Twitter. Pretty much all our banners are about to switch over to FNORDCon. So FNORDCon is next weekend. It's April 10th through 11th, but April 9th is kind of like our opening day ceremonies, stuff like that. And we're gonna have a lot of different stuff going on. We got panels with Steve, panels with Phil. We got Larda Souza. I believe David Pulver is going to be on one of our panels. Plus games all weekend. I'll be running a Deadly Doodles game on Sunday. I don't remember the exact time, but it's on our official schedule, which Jimmy can link in the comments. If you're interested in that, we're doing it digitally again, and probably we'll keep doing at least one digital even once all this is over, because it's been such a big success for us. So we're really excited about FNORDCon stuff. More events happening. There's going to be a digital events of some new releases. I believe we're going to have digital hack and slash. I'll have to confirm, but I believe that's something we're going to actually be doing there. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff happening next week. Man, it's a big time week to start April. This is a fun light one just to get you prepped for next week. So we got Critical Role happening, we got FNORDCon happening. It's a big weekend next week. So stay tuned for that. Do we have any other questions in chat, Jimmy? I just don't want to leave anybody hanging there.
That covers everything.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in.
Munchkin Harry Potter.
Yep.
That's already.
That is out. That is Munchkin Harry Potter exists. Look for that in game stores already. It's been out for a while now, probably about 6 to 7 months, maybe even longer. Yeah, it came out last year sometime, so you can find that in game stores. Munchkin Harry Potter. Hey, glad I mentioned it. So there you go. Keep an eye out for that. But next week, Critical Role, FNORDCon. Have a great Easter this weekend, guys. Really thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully this was a fun little activity for everybody. And now Jimmy can stop eyeing the candy like a vulture. Right after this, he'll get it. I'll see you guys next week on SJGames Live. Have a great weekend, guys.